Rescues accelerate as floodwater inundates Colo. ABC News. Now, New Jersey boardwalk fire. Scathing obituary. Nicole Kidman. Sarah Gilbert. Colorado flooding. Good Morning America. World News. Nightline. 20/20. This week. Sign in. Home. Video. U.S. World. Politics. Entertainment. Tech. Health. Lifestyle. Money. Shows GMAs. World News. Nightline. 20/20. This week. More investigative. Money. Good news. Photos. ABC News vertical line unit vision. Live. Weather preferences. Cancel. Set. Home. Video. U.S. World. Politics. Entertainment. Tech. Health. Lifestyle. Money. More investigative. Good news. Photos. ABC News vertical line unit vision. Live. Home greater than U.S. Rescues accelerate as floodwater inundates Colo. Leon, Colo. September 14, 2013 AP. By P. Solomon Banda and Ben Neary Associated Press. Local resident Ben Rodman walks while helping a friend salvage her home after floods left homes and infrastructure in a shambles. In Leon, Colo. Friday, September 13, 2013. AP photo/Brennan Lindsley. By air and by land, the rescue of hundreds of Coloradans stranded by epic mountain flooding was accelerating as food and water supplies ran low, while thousands more were driven from their homes on the plains as debris-filled rivers became muddy seas inundating towns and farms miles from the Rockies. For the first time since the harrowing mountain floods began Wednesday, Colorado got its first broad view of the devastation and the reality of what is becoming a long-term disaster is setting in. The flooding has affected parts of a 4,500 square mile area, almost the size of Connecticut. National Guard choppers were evacuating 295 people plus pet fires from the mountain hamlet of Jamestown, which was isolated by flooding that scoured the canyon the town sits in. Mike Smith, incident commander at Boulder Municipal Airport, said helicopters would continue flying in and out late into the night. The outlook for anyone who'd rather stay is weeks without power, cell phone service, water or sewer. Essentially, what they were threatening us with is, if you stay here, you may be here for a month, said 79-year-old Dean Hollenboff, who was evacuated by Chinook helicopter from Jamestown, northwest of Boulder. For those awaiting an airlift, guardsmen dropped food, water and other supplies in Jamestown and other small towns in the winding, narrow canyons that dot the Rocky Mountain foothills. Thousands of evacuees sought shelter in cities that were nearly surrounded by raging rivers spilling over their banks. One was Mary Hem, 62, who displayed a pair of purple socks as she sat outside the Lifebridge Christian Church in Longmont. They're a memento of the more than 30 hours she spent in an elementary school in the flood-stricken mountain town of Leon. Many evacuees eventually rescued by National Guard trucks got socks because most of them had wet feet, Ham said. She recalled the sirens blared at 2:30 a.m. Wednesday. "Mary, we have to go. This place is flooding," she recalled her friend Kristen Vincent saying as they clambered out of the trailer. "And we stepped out of the trailer, onto the ground where the cars were parked, and it already like this, almost to our knees," she said. "It wasn't just sitting there. It was rushing at us." Soon the trailer, like others in the park where she was staying, was submerged. Ham said she walked up at hill at daybreak and surveyed the trailer park. "The most terrifying thing was when I climbed up on that cliff and looked down. It was the meanest, most no wonder it carries cars like toys," Ham said. "I was so afraid that I was going to die. That water came so fast." The dazzling rush of water from higher ground has killed 4 people and turned towns on Colorado's expansive eastern plains into muddy swamps. Crews used inflatable boats to rescue families and pets from stranded farmhouses. Some evacuees on horseback had to be escorted to safe ground. Boulder County officials said Friday night that the number of people unaccounted for had risen to 172, according to local television and newspaper reports. The officials said earlier that the unaccounted for figure doesn't necessarily represent missing people. "It means we haven't heard back from them," county spokesman James Burris said. Page 1. Vertical